Welcome to Stitching with Cindy Botts. Today I am starting a mystery quilt, and the fun part of this mystery quilt will be that all the patterns are going to come from this website, generationsquiltpatterns.com. I'm starting with the Aunt Dinah block. Now, these are not my patterns, they're free patterns from this website, and I'm going to do a mystery quilt with them. I am going to make 12-inch blocks, and I'm considering making some 6-inch blocks to come into the quilt also. It's not going to be a large quilt, it's going to be about lap size. I'm not exactly sure which blocks I'm going to put in yet, but there are so many wonderful blocks to choose from this site. So the site again is generationsquiltpatterns.com, and we're doing the Aunt Dinah block to begin with. So I decided from my stash that I was going to pick some colors that go together but have contrast also. So I want a background fabric of white because some of the blocks that I was looking at had a white background, and I chose this flower one because it has some yellow in it. I chose the green because this has green in it. Now I chose this fabric. Again, I'm not sure if you can see, but there is green in it, and I'm going to piggyback the greens out of these fabrics. This one has green in it. This one has green in it. So I'm going to put those two together. Now this red is for a contrast in a block. Now this one has yellow in it also. So this one and this one have yellow in it. So I have some yellow, and I have another yellow here. Again, I'm going to try to make this quilt tie in together but still have some contrast. So these are my base fabrics. This one, and this one. And the tie-in color for this one and this one is green, and the tie-in color for this one and this one are the yellow. All right, and then I got a couple shades of blue. So I think it's going to come out really cute. I don't know if I can do a switch screen so you can see all of them in one shot. They're keepsake calico fabrics for the most part. Some may not be. And I got them at Joann's when they were running their 50% off sale. I know I have approximately a yard of each of them, and I will have plenty of fabric to do the borders and sashing if I choose to do sashing. Again, I'm still in the planning stage of this, and I'm really excited about my first mystery quilt that I am planning. So please stay with me. I hope you go on this adventure with me. These blocks will be blocks that you could make and turn into their own wall hangings or table runners. This pattern would be great to do a table runner with. I'm making the second block where I'm going to demonstrate with the alternate placement. So instead of having the lighter color in the middle, I'm putting the dark color in the middle. So you could take just this block with these two colors, and by doing the change of placement, you could have a really cool table runner. All right, so that one has the light one in it, and this one has the darker in the center. So you can see how it's going to change. All right, so you know what? Let me just spin this so you can get a little different feel. There you go. So if you chose to make a table runner and just butt up the blocks, it could look like that. And if you wanted to make it into a wall hanging, just using the floor and alternating your placement, you could have a secondary little square here. That'd make a cool pattern. If you wanted to use the same placement for your blocks, you'd get a whole nother secondary design, possibly. And you know, whether you decide to use sashing or not, but again, these blocks do stand alone, and you could make them into wall hangings just using, you know, maybe 4 of them, or you could do 3 by 3, use 9. You could do sashing, no sashing. Again, you can make table runners. So versatile. So please, I hope you try some of these blocks. So let's get on to the construction of the Aunt Dinah block. All right. So this is simply a 3-row construction. It's using 2 different mini blocks and a large square. So to start with, I started by making this block. Now I'm not going to give you any cutting directions. You will have to go to the other site for that. Again, because it's not my pattern, I am not allowed to give you that. But I can show you how to do the sewing. So for this corner block, you start with the square. All right, so you start with your square in the corner. Then you're going to sew this seam. All right, so it is the same triangle as I have here, and you're going to put one on this side and one on this side. So just lining up the corner. Okay, you just line up that corner and do your 1/4 seam, and that gives you this triangle configuration. All right, so here is that triangle configuration all sewn up. Now at this point, if you wish, you can lay your long ruler along this point and trim that down to 1/4 inch. Now I chose not to. Why? I don't know. I guess I was just kind of not thinking at the time when I did it. So in mine, I have a space here. Now it's fine. As long as you do consistent in each corner, it's fine. I guess I was kind of worried about chopping off my corners, and that's why I didn't do it. But with practice, with time, so go ahead if you feel confident, trim this down so that you have your 1/4 inch, and that will butt your corner here right up to this. Okay? All right, so then just put the right sides of that together and sew that seam, and that'll give you this small block. All right, and you're going to want to make 4 corner blocks. Okay, so those are the 4 corner blocks. Then you're going to want to make this middle block. Now, to make that middle block, you will have some triangles that you will sew together. All right, so this is the configuration. You just take this triangle and butt it up here and fold that over, right sides together, and sew along the seam. Okay, and which is what I have here, all nicely done. And you can see this is the same configuration as this right here. Okay, so there you go. You have that, and then you just sew this triangle on it. Again, using your 1/4 inch seam, right sides together. Fold that back, and you have your block. Now, for all of these, when they're in this state, before you sew them together, you have this triangle configuration. You have this triangle configuration. Using your square up tool, you're going to want to trim these down to 1/4. So you lay the 1/4 mark on the seam and you trim it down. Okay, so these have not been sewn yet, so I don't have the seam, but that's how you do it. You just lay that on the seam, get it nice squared up, trimmed down. Okay, then it's simply a matter of sewing them together. You sew one of the corner blocks to the middle with another corner on this side, a middle block to the large square, and so on. So here's my alternated color that I did. Same colors, just alternate placement. And you can see it's 1, 2, and then that one again, this one, the center, and again. And then you make your 3 rows, sew your 3 rows together, and you have your block. So I hope you try making this block. You have a great day. please like and subscribe, and hit that button so that you, the little bell, so that you know when I have the next pattern up. Have a great day. So you get notification. I couldn't think of the word, so you get notified. All right, the little notification bell. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.